There we go. I think we're live. Hello, hello, hello. Ooh, am I slightly out of focus here? There we go. I think we fixed it. Hello, everybody who's patiently waiting. Can't talk. Been talking for like an hour. Just did the patron-only Q&A over on the patron-only Discord. So I've already been going for roughly hour and a half now, but we got 4 more hours to go for tonight's stream. We got a little bit of Lagavulin 16 with us that we're going to crack open in a little bit to enjoy the first Monday Night Football game of the year, the first real Monday Night Football game of the year. We're going to get whiteboard action going tonight. If we get some plays that we can break down, we got a whole bunch of really fun stats that we can pull from. So yeah, a lot going on. First things first, how are you guys? What are you guys drinking? What's your plans for tonight? If you're a Jets fan, how nervous are you? If you're a Bills fan, how pissed are you that nobody's been paying attention to you for the last week? Because everybody can only talk about Aaron Rodgers. While you guys are flooding the chat with your good vibes and everything like that, I do want to remind you, because I know a lot of people always want to know what the slip is, so they know who to avoid, because I'm not doing well so far this year on slips. Here's everything that you should absolutely not do. I took the higher on Khalil Shakir at 8.5 receiving. I took the higher on Allen Lazard at 36.5 receiving tonight. I took the higher on Garrett Wilson at 67.5 receiving. I took the higher on James Cook at 14.5 receiving, and I took the higher on Dalton Cade at 26.5. You guys know our rule at this point. We're not doing lowers because we are not fucking cowards. Hires only, no kickers. So that's my slip for tonight. We'll probably do some live picks as well because I know Underdog is going to do some live specials during the game. So we'll try to grab those when we can. Usually they're a pretty good deal. But that's what we got. Again, if you guys want to tail this or honestly, if you guys want to go completely against it, which is statistically probably a better idea, you can use promo code Brett down at Underdog Fantasy. That'll match your deposit up to $100. So if you want to do like little $5 or $10 slips like I do, this is a $10 slip, but it's also insured, so I only need 4 out of 5. But if I hit 4 out of 5, I get $100 on a $10 slip. So if you deposit 100, not that you have to deposit 100, but if you happen to deposit 100, you get another free 100. So you can basically do like 20 slips if you want to, with half of those being free. So thank you to Underdog for sponsoring the stream tonight. And with that, how you guys doing? Why is the first comment that I'm seeing about pigeon meat? Pigeon meat cheesesteak with guacamole and chipotle sauce. I want to believe that's not a real thing. Is that a parlay? Yeah, so I need to hit, well, if I hit all 5, I win 100. Sorry, I think I misspoke before. If I hit all 5, I win 100. Because I did insurance. If I don't do insurance on the slip, that means if I hit all 5, I win $200. But because I did insurance, it lowers the max payout from 20x to 10x. And in exchange, I only have to hit 4 out of 5 for it to pay out. So that's why you do insurance. It lowers the max possible payout you can get, but you get a little bit of leeway so you can miss one of these. So if I hit 4, it still pays out $25. So 2.5x the slip. So that's the idea. I typically do insurance because I feel like it's a lot easier for me to hit 4s than 5s. And as long as I'm making money on it, who cares, right? All right. So I saw there was a weather concern. I don't think kickoff got pushed back. I hope kickoff didn't get pushed back. So if that changes, please let me know, chat, if kickoff is getting pushed back. I think we should be on time at 8:15 Eastern, but we'll see. Are we going to see Damian Harris feature as the goal line back? I would imagine so, yes. Well, James Cook gets the majority of the work in between the 20s. Probably kind of look eerily similar to like a David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs type situation, right? Damian Harris getting short yardage and goal line. Cook getting a whole bunch of passing down work and especially stuff in between the 20s. It's going to be a nightmare for fantasy to parse out, but That's how a lot of teams do it. You know, they kind of go with that slash and bash type committee approach. And it works for real football, but boy, it's annoying for fantasy. Brennan for €5. Thank you, Brennan. Good morning, euros. Good morning from Ireland, Brett, i.e. my body clock is about to be ruined. Love the channel, dude. Keep up the great work, and let's go Jets. Thank you very much, Brennan. Appreciate you very much. Brett, do you see Myles Garrett practicing his crossover before rushing the center? If so, what the heck was that? I think he was just messing with him, honestly. I think he was just trying to screw with him. And it worked. He got pressure. Nice little intimidation tactic for Myles Garrett to do the whole Allen Iverson crossover. Nintendo console gamer for $10. Thank you, Nintendo. Brett, tell me you took it easy to recover from your 11-hour stream last night besides the bootleg episode this morning. Unfortunately, I am ashamed to report that I did not take it easy. As soon as I got off the stream, I made myself some dinner. I allowed myself to eat a little bit. And then I went to bed with my wife, but in bed, I just busted out my laptop and watched film till like 1 in the morning because I'm a degenerate. And then I woke up at 5:45 or 6, watched 2 more hours of film, hence some of the tweets that you guys saw this morning with some of the stats, like Miami's explosive plays being 17, with second place being 8 with the Rams, and how great they were. So I watched Miami all 22 this morning, watched Steelers all 22 this morning, watched a little bit of Patriots all 22 this morning, and then recorded the bootleg episode with EJ at like 9. Immediately edited that and got that out, and then started preparing for the patron-only Q&A, doing whiteboard stuff, did the Q&A, had a 10-minute chat with my mods, and then hopped on here. So it's been a very full day. We've basically been going for like 2 days straight at this point, but it's fun, you know? That's the job. We watch football for a living, you know? At the end of the day, we're having fun with it. Who needs sleep? We'll sleep when we're dead. If the Jets lose, it'll be the biggest tragedy to ever occur on September 11th. Fuck. You guys are going to get me demonetized. Brett, thoughts on the Geno Smith clip with Aaron Donald? Which Geno Smith clip with Aaron? Did I miss something? Did something happen? Like, did they have like a exchange post game or something? To answer your question, I'm not sure. I don't think I've seen that. No, the one of him screaming when AD was coming through. What? What do you define screaming? Gino yelled, "Oh my God," when Donald came at him. Okay, hold on. I gotta find that. I'll find it after the game. I don't know if I can play it because I don't have audio hooked up right now in this stream, but okay, I'm going to have to find that after the game. That sounds... What? Is it kind of like when Peyton yelled, "God damn it, Donald"? Ben Hermes... for $5. Thank you, Ben. Hey, Brett, really agreed with your statement yesterday and people not making excuses for QBs anymore. Is it time to have that discussion about Fields? Yes. I don't want people to think that I'm playing favorites here and that I'm only criticizing Daniel Jones, but I'm not criticizing Fields. When I went back and I looked at the all 22 of the Bears this morning, Fields had a shitty game. Like, emphasis on the shitty. It was not a good game. He was hesitant. He wasn't seeing the field well. The pick six was just a straight up terrible decision. I know he was trying to make a play, but there was still 13 minutes left in the game, and all he had to do was not try to be a superhero, and the game was still technically in reach. He put it out of reach with that dumbass throw. The fumble was because he was hanging on his first read because he was staring down Jair, and Jair was just begging him to throw it, and then it took him like a full second to decide not to throw it. So he missed Kmet leaking out the backside, and then he took off, and then, of course, he fumbled. Coming off the pick, they ran mesh on 3rd and 5, and he had the OTB route literally sitting there in the middle, like wide-ass open, and I think he got spooked after the pick, so he decided he just didn't want to test hook zone defenders anymore, so he just didn't throw it. It was bad. It was just bad. So, no, I'm not going to make excuses for Justin Fields, and I'm not going to make excuses for Daniel Jones. Like, bad quarterback play is bad quarterback play. Daniel Jones had the highest pressure rate received in the NFL so far this week. Justin Fields was second. So they both were under a lot of pressure. Green Bay's pressure rate was like 55%. It was insanely high. But I'm not going to make mistakes. Like, a bad read is a bad read. A bad throw is a bad throw. And a dumbass decision is a dumbass decision. So, no, Justin Fields had a terrible game. And I'm not afraid to say that. Like, I don't care that I root for the Bears. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. He had a bad game. Have you seen Juwan Taylor's foot tipping that led to the Lions knew if they were running or passing? So that in particular, the whole stance tipping run versus pass isn't a big deal. And I think that's a common misconception. If a tackle is not on the line of scrimmage and they're in a 2-point stance, and especially with the foot back at a 45-degree angle, yeah, it's going to be a pass play. That doesn't necessarily matter that much if they're tipping run versus pass. What matters is if you're tipping the type of set that a tackle is going to take. For instance, last year, Charles Cross, who was a rookie tackle for the Seahawks, even though he was in a 2-point stance most of the time and they knew it was a pass play, you could tell exactly what type of set he was going to take, whether it was a short set or whether he was going to retreat and take an angle set. A short set meaning he's going to jump to the defensive end and try to initiate contact versus taking an angle set, retreating, waiting for contact, right? Two very different styles of pass protection. The fact that Nick Bosa and Charles Omenihu and all the 49ers defensive ends that picked up on this when I picked up on it at the same time, the fact that they picked up on run versus pass didn't matter. It was the fact that they picked up on what type of set he was going to be using based on the depth and angle of his left toe. It was a dead giveaway. I'm talking like a 100%er. I charted it for 3 weeks. It was dead on. Like, he was tipping his pass sets. Didn't matter that he was tipping pass plays. It was the fact that he basically was telling the defensive end, I'm jump setting you, you can hit the outside swim. Or I'm angle setting, you can go speed to power. That was the problem. And so I look at Juwan Taylor. It doesn't matter that he's tipping run versus pass because he's not tipping what set he's using, right? So that's why it's still – and plus he was literally lined up illegally deep. So he was kind of forcing Aiden Hutchinson to do inside counters anyway. So it didn't really matter he was tipping pass because he was still forcing Aiden to only go inside, right? Which is an entirely different conversation. I'm actually working on a video of that this week of like what exactly Juwan Taylor was doing. What is a false start? What is not a false start? What is a legal formation? What is not a legal formation? Because a lot of tackles around the league do it, right? A lot of tackles line up too deep. A lot of tackles false start without actually false starting. And I think there's some misconceptions about what the rules actually are. And I myself had a misconception about what the false start rules actually were. Because if you look at the rule book, it doesn't explicitly state what the loophole is. But when Duke Manyweather explained what the loophole is, I could understand the interpretation of the item in the rule book. It's a very loose interpretation of the rule, but I understood it once he explained it. But it's also not something that anybody would ever pick up naturally because it's such a loose interpretation of the rule. But now that I know it, I'm doing a video on it. to try to explain to everybody else like what actually is a false start. It's going to be a weird video, but I feel like a necessary video. Mono for 5 years. Thank you, Mono. What do you think about Nick Wright's take that the Broncos didn't look so different from last year against the Raiders? Yeah, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Like, the curse of 16, as Brandon Perna calls it. Like, they just can't get over 16 points. They didn't stretch the field. Their average, like their yards per attempt and average depth of target was painfully low. If you look at all the completions, which I kind of speed ran my way through all the completions, everything was like 4 or 5 yards, right? It was just quick. And, I just said this in the patron-only Q&A when somebody asked about it. But like, if you have, like, you can do that. You can live with quick game and only throwing short and getting easy completion and everything like that. But if you're not getting explosive plays down the field, it massively shrinks your margin for error, because that means that all your drives have to be 11, 12, 13, 14 plays, right? And they did have a 14-play drive. But the fact that they needed a 14-play drive to get points means that it puts that much more stress on the offense to sustain a 14-play drive. And it's really hard to do that for an entire game. So I would love to see the Broncos get a little bit more explosive down the field. That's kind of the missing piece here. And until they do that, I don't know, man. I feel like Curse of 16 might continue. We'll see. Cure for $2. Thank you, Cure. Please remember to use the bathroom today. I just did, like 10 minutes ago, so we should be good the entire stream. I don't need to go 11 hours again like I did yesterday. We'll be okay. In Motion Football for $7 Canadian. What's going on, Brett? Is there any way someone who's starting up a channel could get in touch with you for advice? Yeah. Shoot me an email. At brett.a.coleman@gmail.com. Just shoot me an email there. And I'll answer whatever you need. Alex Tracy, $5. Actually, let me throw the email in chat just so you guys can. There we go. Alex Tracy for $5. How much did you eat after last night's stream? Also, what are you drinking tonight? I'm having some Angels envy to go with Baltimore injuries. Yeah, Baltimore and getting banged up. A match made in heaven. So I'm drinking Lagavulin 16 tonight because it's like drinking a campfire. So it goes perfectly with fall and football. As for what I ate last night, I was gonna go out to the store and get something, but decided I was just too tired. I was like absolutely delirious after the end of the stream. I could barely think. My brain was mush. And so I just looked in the pantry to see what I had. I had some dried pasta. I had butter. I had a block of Parmigiano Reggiano, a block of Pecorino Romano, and a bunch of crushed black pepper, and a lemon. So I made myself some cheesy black pepper pasta, basically just a really shitty version of cacio pepe. Basically is what I made, and it came out decent. Like, I don't know. Cacio pepe is interesting because or at least versions of cacio pepe is interesting because it seems like it's very simple, but it's not. Like, the difference between good cacio pepe and bad cacio pepe is gigantic, even if it's the same ingredients. Hey, Brett, I'm a Titans fan, which was obviously not great yesterday. Anything in that game that I should feel good about, in your opinion? Defense played well. But, I mean, the Titans just feel the same as what they were last year, right? Defense-oriented team that when the run game works, they can beat anybody. But the run game, other than a couple explosive plays, you had one each from Derrick Henry and Tyjae Spears. Other than that, they just couldn't get a consistent run game going where we're getting 4 to 5 yards apiece. It was like, we're getting 2.5, we're getting 3. Here's 18. Okay, we're getting 2.5, we're getting 3 again. So they were just constantly not on schedule. And if you're asking Ryan Tannehill to dig you out of a hole, he's not going to. He was late on a lot of balls yesterday. Really, really not good from him. You can see that he's kind of nearing the end here. And you can see why the Titans have been actively trying to replace him for like 2 years. And unfortunately, the Titans are a little bit of a one-dimensional team where when they run the ball and they can play defense, yeah, they're a tough out. But when they can't run the ball and you put everything on the defense and you're asking the passing game to then take over for the offense, they don't have it, man. They don't have the dudes. I mean, they have some receivers that I like, but they don't have the dudes specifically at quarterback, I think, to make it happen. Jacob for $5. How much did yesterday's game affect your thoughts on Jordan Love? Honestly, it didn't really. He drove the bus. He executed what he was asked to do. He didn't make any mistakes. He was barely under pressure. The Bears had a 10% pass rush win rate, which apparently is like the lowest ever charted by PFF. There was no pressure. He just sat back there all day long and just distributed. And he made good decisions. He hit Aaron Jones on the angle route for a long touchdown against one rat where everything cleared out. He got the one-on-one with 53, hit Aaron off to the races. Like, he made good decisions and he made good throws, but he didn't really have to do anything to put the offense on his shoulders. And I do not hold that against him, but it just means that my opinion isn't really changed, which is, when the pass protection is good and he's just allowed to sit there and play point guard, like, yeah, the Packers are going to be fine. They played good defense. They played mistake-free offense. Next thing you know, you're up by like 25 points. The thing that I want to see, honestly, is how does he respond when he is under pressure, when he is going against a pass rush that's not Chicago, who's terrible? Like, what's he going to do when the clock is sped up and he's got to make a play with somebody in his face? We'll find out. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let's see. Brandon for $2 Canadian. Patriots fan here. Man, so close. You have no idea how close that was. You do because you watched the game, but we're talking, a pick six, a fumble, and a holding penalty on a 2-point conversion that if one of those things goes the other way, if one of those bounces or one of those calls goes the other way for New England, they very easily could have won that game. And, I think it's easy to say if in retrospect when talking about the NFL, but it was close. It was really, really close. And I think the Patriots deserve a little bit of respect for, taking it to the NFC champions and giving them all they could handle. It's a good indication of where the Patriots are going, and also for the Eagles, like, respect to the Eagles for hanging in there in a very, very sloppy game in their own right. And then just kind of leaning on their strengths in the end, which is their pass rush, to carry them through and still get the W. It showed that the Eagles, when they don't have a pristine day on offense, they can still get it done defensively. So honestly, it was a good showing by both teams. It was a good game. Chico for $5. Any fantasy tight end that you think will stick out after week 1? I started Higbee. I have Luke Musgrave on the bench, though. I mean, I've been a Musgrave guy like all offseason, so my answer for that one. I'm all in on Luke Musgrave. I think he's awesome. I think he's going to be one of the few tight ends as a rookie ever to cross the 600-yard mark, which has only happened 12 times ever. I think he's going to be the 13th. Him and Kincaid both could very easily do it this year. Neiman for $5. Thank you, Neiman. Hey, Brett, should the Vikings end the Ed Ingram experiment? The guards are just so bad. Ingram has shown zero improvement. I'm 85% out on Ingram. I've just been waiting for the switch to flip, and it just isn't. It just isn't, And we saw so much talent when he was in college, and I really thought highly of him coming out. And that switch just has yet to flip, and I'm kind of running out of patience, I'll be honest. Like, it's one thing if you're showing flashes, right, and it's like, okay, we can stick around until those flashes become more normal. The flashes aren't even there. It's just painful all the time. So I'm right there with you. I'm like 85% of the way out. If we go another 3 weeks with this, I think the job's open for other people. Mark Sullivan for $2. Brett, are you were a fan of John Boyce? Yes, I am. I have never met him or spoken to him, but he is absolutely one of the best sports creators of all time. And I look forward to the day where I finally do get to meet him so I can ask him so many questions about how to be good at my job. I think he's the gold standard. Okonkwo or Musgrave? Let me look at the matchups for week 2. Hold on. Can't remember who's playing who. So Chig is playing the Chargers. Musgrave is playing the Falcons. I'd probably go Chig there just because I think the Falcons defense is really good. And the Chargers defense is leaky as all hell. I'd probably lean Chig there, but only barely. I also wouldn't be surprised if Musgrave goes off again. I really wouldn't. Like, Musgrave is just so talented. He reminds me so much of Tyler Eifert. Just this 6'5", 250 antelope running down the field. He's so talented. So I wouldn't be surprised if Musgrave still goes off against Atlanta, even though Atlanta has a good defense. But I think matchup-wise, Chig makes more sense. Drop Goddard for Musgrave. How scared are we that Chig gets a goose egg again? I mean, he got, like, there was big play opportunities with Chig that Tannehill just missed. But the opportunities were there. Like, he beat his guy. Tannehill just missed him. So you have to have faith that they're going to keep calling his number because he keeps paying it off, and you have to have faith that eventually Tannehill's accidentally going to throw a good ball, right? We'll see. We'll see. Eventually, you hope that he hits them, though. The NHL for $2. Laporta or Musgrave? Also, who do you think is better? I mean, I had a higher grade on Musgrave coming out, but Laporta is extremely talented. Like, he's a fantastic athlete, and also he immediately won the starting job in Detroit. Like, they were all in on him from the start. They love him there. If I had to bet on talent, I think Musgrave is more rare of a talent than Laporta, but they're both pretty good, but I'd probably lean Musgrave. Is DK Metcalf actually an above-average wide receiver or just still waiting on fulfilled potential? I think he's well above average. I think DK is good. Do people not think DK Metcalf is good? I think DK is awesome, personally. Bench for $20. The Chiefs defense without Chris Jones only allowed 2 touchdowns from the Lions offense that was top 5 last year. Could the Chiefs defense be an impactful unit this year, especially with Chris Jones ending his holdout? So first things first, chat. Right before I went into the patron-only Q&A, I saw that Chris Jones signed something. I did not see any numbers. If you guys have those numbers for me, I would love them, please. Bench, to answer your question, Steve Spagnuolo is a psychopath. Okay, he is a phenomenal defensive coordinator. The fact that all these young, talented DBs and linebackers are another year in the system, which means it's another year of them improving their communication, understanding all of their different coverage rules and adjustments to different looks. Like you saw how they handled motion from Detroit. Like they never had a blown coverage against motion. They never really got caught in bad matchups, other than the one ball where Amon-Ra was streaking down the seam, where they kind of messed up an exchange between Karlaftis and I can't remember who the nickel was right next to him. So that was like the one mental mistake they made the entire night. But like you're playing a 97% clean football game. The communication was awesome. All these young guys they've drafted the last couple of years have really, really showed out. Like I don't think they've really missed on any of them. And they're all young, man. That's what I want to emphasize. Like, these guys are going to play together for 3, 4, maybe 5 more years, right? Like, we're only just getting started. So it's a fun unit to watch. And they did all that without their best player. So I think communication kills in good and bad ways, right? Not having good communication means you're going to get absolutely wrecked. Having good communication means that you can call whatever you want on defense and you can trust your guys to be in the right spot. And right now, Steve Spagnuolo has just unassailable trust in his entire secondary. He knows that they're 97% of the time going to be in the right spot. Mono for €2. 2024 post June 1st cut, 18.4 million dead cap for Russell Wilson. Really now? So if they post June 1st him, it's less than a $20 million dead cap. That's interesting. I mean, we've seen teams take much bigger dead cap hits for quarterbacks in the last couple years. If it's under 20 for post June 1, and Russell doesn't look better, and the Broncos are terrible again this year, and they're in striking range for Caleb or May or whoever, that's something to watch. Interesting point. 1-year deal, that's all we know. No numbers yet? Okay. I'll have to text my Kansas City folks and see if any of them know. I mean, it's possible that the agent just hasn't leaked it yet. But Sheldon Wong for $2. I can only keep one of Chig or Musgrave. Please help. I would keep Musgrave at this point. I think the ceiling is higher of the offense overall. Like, I think Green Bay's ceiling as an offense is higher, mainly just because I don't trust Ryan Tannehill at this point. I really don't. He looks so bad against New Orleans. I love Chig the player. I don't like who's throwing him the ball. All right, we got kickoff here with Jets and Bills. Definitely still have major weather out there in New York. Beach for $2. LA Chargers run game that good or Finn's run D that bad? Yes to both. Well, let me get the score bug up here. Hold on. No, the Chargers ran the ball extremely well. The offensive line generated a ton of movement. Eckler was in his bag. Kelly looked great. That was the best I've seen the Chargers run game look in a long, long time. Jesus, how long is this score book? Hold on. All right, there we go. This is like an obnoxiously long score bug. All right, so that way you can keep track of where I'm at in the game. Josh Allen on 2nd and 3, little flare screen. Out to Deontay Hardy. First down. So where are we at? All right, just inside the 40. If they get another first down, they're going to be in shot territory. I would look to see them try to scheme something up for Diggs. If they can get out to about midfield, that's where we'll see the shots come. All right, 2nd and long. Typically, 2nd and long for Buffalo is going to be a pass down for them. They're going to try to get something cheap. Something cheap and easy to set up a 3rd and short, 3rd and medium if they're in 2nd and 7 plus. Usually they're not going to try a low percentage ball on 2nd and 7 because they don't want to set themselves up for 3rd and 7 against this pass rush. So either a run play here or a cheap, easy completion. There's the run. All right, so 3rd and 5. So if we are looking at 3rd and medium, let's go against... Show me the coverage. Enough ISOs. All right, we got quarters here. Motioning into 2x2. Looks like they're going to play cover 3 now. Ooh, not a great ball from Josh. Tried to hit the quick hitter against an outside leverage corner. Looks like he threw it behind him. Not ideal from Josh Allen there, but it's all right. Crisis averted. I don't know if he expected Diggs to sit that down or not, but it wasn't super advisable. I'm watching the game through the Manning cast. Yeah. Hopefully we do just as good a job as the Manning cast tonight. That's the goal. All right. Rajas on the field. Where is he starting from? About his 12th. Bench for $10. If you don't mind me asking, what wide receiver look to be the only predominant weakness? Sorry, I'm stupid. I can't read. One second, I'll get to the question right after this play. Quarters look, rotate down to 3 week. Oh my God, he got out of it. How did he get out of that? Oh my God. They had him dead to rights. Welcome to 2023, Breece Hall. They fit the run perfectly there. He just got out of it. Safety came down late. They had bodies in every single gap. He just made him miss. Hell of a run. Hell of a run. Good to see that he's back. And Rodgers somehow got out of that one. So apparently the Jets equipment staff just dipped all the players in Vaseline before the game. Bench for $10. If you don't mind me asking, does wide receiver look to be the only predominant weakness displayed by the Chiefs against the Lions? It's the only one I've found, but I acknowledge it's also the most evident. I would say so, yeah. Like their wide receiving core lost them the game. Like straight up lost them the game. If they had a single competent wide receiver in that game, they win. Which is why, for years and years and years in the Mahomes era, when they had Travis Kelce out there to essentially be their wide receiver one, they won games like that. But they just didn't have somebody who could hang on the ball when they needed it most, who could, read coverages in the way that Pat likes coverages to be read. Like, they just didn't have the guy, and it lost them the game. Other than that, yeah, Chiefs are probably the best team in the AFC again. Speaking of receivers not catching the ball, looks like it went off Conklin's hands. Can't tell if that was a PI or not. Are they flagging Bernard here? All right. I would imagine we're going to get, let's see, in this area of the field, it's shot territory. Oh, no, they're getting back out of it. They're going into cover 2. They were kind of showing a middle field close structure before the snap, and I was like, I don't know, this feels like the exact area after a penalty where Rodgers won a shot, and then you could kind of see the safeties. They started out here, and then the safeties before the snap just slowly started rotating and expanded out to cover 2. Nice sack there. Uh-oh. Is Rodgers hurt? Did he get dinged from Rousseau? How did he get hurt? It looked like That looked like such an innocuous sack. How did he get hurt? Maybe his toe got bent weird? He's getting helped off the... What the hell? Was it his toe? Okay, Zach Wilson. I guess we're getting a Zach Wilson primetime game. See what you got, kid. All right, chat, if you guys see any information on what the hell just happened to Aaron Rodgers, please let me know. The only thing I could see was that his left toe, kind of got bent super aggressively there. And maybe that's what it was. That I couldn't really see anything else. God, first drive, are you kidding me? All right, let's see what Zach Wilson's got. 3x1, rotate down into 3 week. Take the easy completion. Jets Twitter is probably just on fire right now. Sorry, I'm going to send a text real quick about this. Did you see his ankle? Did his ankle get turned? Which one? I truly didn't see his ankle get turned at all. I thought it was a toe. I mean, maybe calf. Something in his leg. I don't know. Again, chat, if you see like Rappaport, Pelissero, anything get posted for sure, just let me know. Until then, we'll see what Zach Wilson's got. In the meantime, Jets fans, if you need any recommendations, by the way, either Scotch if you're Scotch, Diplomatico if you need rum, Woodinville if you need bourbon. Hold on. That wasn't good. We're not going to tell my wife I just did that. Yeah. That's just between you and me, chat. We're not going to tell Nikki I did that. How about that? It's okay. I barely missed crushing my laptop. That would have been the only actual bad thing. Stand by. The easel is good. works. It works. Woo! Everything's okay. Except apparently Aaron Rodgers. I think it's time for me to start drinking too. Jesus Christ. We learned a lesson, and that's don't shove my ass back into the whiteboard. How about that? All right, 2nd and 10 for the Bills from their own 23. So it's going to be 3rd and 10. So something to be aware of is that typically in long yardage, specifically 3rd and 7 plus, you're going to get mostly middle field close structures from the Jets. About 60% of the time. It's either going to be cover 1 or cover 3. They look to be in too high here. We'll see if they rotate. They did not. It's quarters. Oh, God. Josh Allen doing Josh Allen things. So that's actually a big reason why they like to use a lot of middle field close structures is to get more bodies, specifically in long yardage, is to get more bodies closer to the line of scrimmage so they have more bodies to stop the quarterback from running, right? Oh, man. CJ Mosley, I think it might be about that time, my guy. Wow, Brett, what a great imitation of the Jets. Yeah. 2 people breaking things within the first 10 minutes of the stream. Me and Aaron Rodgers. All right, 2nd and 7 at midfield. Again, another run play. Oh, God. Jets tackling, not been super great so far. Benny from Boston. What do you think of the Pats' week 1 loss? Hard to say there's like a moral victory in the NFL, but that was about as close as it gets. You know, first game with Bill O'Brien at OC in the weather, put up almost 400 yards against the defending NFC champs. Great defensive line. Like, the offense looked good, honestly. The offense looked just fine, and the defense looked phenomenal. It's a good team. It's a very good team. Again, tackling issues on both sides of the field now. Neither Jets or Bills tackling super well. All right, so Rodgers is off the cart, limping heavily into the locker room. Looked like the left leg and or foot and or toe. We'll see. Oh, nice. Hit the bender right behind the hook zone defender. What a dart from Josh Allen. My seething hatred of the Jets is perfect in its incandescence and has Escher-esque levels. Hashtag fins up. Oh, that's funny. Rodgers' ankle. Okay, so it's ankle. Thank you, chat, for letting me know. I don't have audio on the game, so And down goes Josh as well. So that's going to set up second and very, very, very long. Let's get the whiteboard back in here, right? Without knocking it over this time, huh? Let's actually be good at our jobs, chat, huh? How about that? Oh, that's actually a good point. MetLife turf is notoriously terrible. It is extremely grabby, right? So there's no give to it. So if you do get turned at kind of an awkward angle, same thing happened to Nick Bosa, or was it Joey Bosa? Might have been both the Bosas at this point. How many ACLs have we seen torn on this turf? Like, players hate MetLife turf because it grabs so much and turns a lot of innocuous things into torn ligaments. It's new turf? When did they do that? Was that this summer? I stand corrected. I didn't realize that they changed it. It only took them 10 years. AI Media for $5 Canadian. Thank you, AI. With Aaron going down, this reeks of Coleman curse. Did you bet the Jets? I took the higher on Garrett Wilson, so by proxy, this is my fault, yes. At least by 2026, it will have to be grass, thanks FIFA. That's an excellent point as well because of the World Cup. Also, fun fact, SoFi is spending like tens of millions of dollars to retrofit the stadium to also be World Cup ready. Because when they originally built the damn thing, apparently they didn't put the actual field area at the proper dimensions for a soccer field. So they literally have to build like a platform over the top of the 100 level and then put a field on top of it. They're spending an ungodly amount of money on it, but whatever. It's nothing for Stan Kroenke. Anime Holic Tops. Bears fans having Nam flashbacks right now. Money. Yeah, let's just shovel a bunch of Percocets into Aaron Rodgers' mouth and run him back out there again. He's done it before. He's been fine. Rule number 1, don't get hooked on Percocets. Rule number 2, do you have any fucking Percocets? Get this man his ayahuasca. They forgot to put the field goal nets up? Did a fan just get nailed in the face? What a game, chat. What a game that we're having. Let me open up the aperture a little bit. Sun's starting to go down. Oh, wrong way. There we go. All right. Well, I think it's time for scotch. I think we're at that point. We've knocked over whiteboards. We've seen Aaron Rodgers get hurt. It's scotch time. God, that smells good. Not a drop was wasted. All right. So coming back in. Looks like we are getting a return out to the 24-ish. Anyone know how much Chris Jones signed for? Last time I checked, we did not have numbers on that yet. We'll see. Underdog just made a ton of money with the promo Rodgers over half yard. Was that what the promo was? Was it Rodgers over half a yard? Oh, no. Please tell me that wasn't the promo. Because he's literally 0 for 1 for no yards. So it technically counts. Oh, no. Dude, I'm going to text Rudman. Like, what do you do? Because, like, the whole point of the promo is to give people a free square. That's, like, worst case scenario. Holy shit. All right. Zach Wilson back on the field. Second and 10 here from Buffalo. Looks like they're presenting quarters against empty. Oh, no. False start. All right, so second and 15. Jets need something easy. Okay. Just so you guys are aware, if you guys did the Rodgers half a yard promo, I just got a text from Rudman at Underdog. They're just going to give everybody credit for it. They're just going to give people the Rodgers half a yard for free, even though he came in at 0. So don't freak out. If you did the promo, you're good. They're just going to honor it because the whole point was to give you guys a free space. So you're going to get a free space. Thank you, Rudman. Thank you, Underdog, for not just taking everybody's money. Would have been hilarious, though, if they didn't do that, objectively speaking. Wouldn't have been nice, but it would have been hilarious. Big ball to Alan Lazard there. That helps us. I know a backup quarterback in Foxborough that the Jets want. Really nice ball to beat Tampa 2 there, by the way, from Zach Wilson. To hit that dig right behind the hook defender. Good ball. Dalvin Cook sighting. All right, so we're at midfield. We're in shot territory on second and medium. Typically in second and medium from the Jets, a lot of cover 3, about 35% cover 3. Obviously, that's going to depend on if we get a 2x2 or a 3x1. If it's 3x1, we're probably going to see quarters. Looks like 2x2. Ooh, here comes Matt Milano. Somebody fucked up. Show me the replay. right, so was he just... Oh, no, he got over the top of that thing. Damn, he got there quick. To go from backside A gap to frontside B gap and just literally overlap all of it and still get in the backfield, that's shot out of a cannon type stuff. Hell of a job by Milano there. And, okay, there's Zach Wilson going down to a stiff breeze. Did you see the Jets fan in the stand? Oh my God, the eye roll. The eye roll. Oh man. You could see her soul just leave her body at that point. Do I bail on Fields for fantasy? If so, for who? No, I would not bail on Justin Fields for fantasy. You're still going to get rushing production. Just don't overreact to one game. You're going to be fine. All right, checking in on our slip during the commercial break. We are most of the way there on Alan Lazard at 22, so we need, like 15 more yards from him. Garrett Wilson, we need 61 more yards. James Cook, we need 14.5 receiving. Dalton Kincaid, we need 26.5 receiving. With Zach Wilson in the game, we are very worried about Garrett Wilson here with Zach in the game. But that being said, there is insurance on this slip, so technically we only need 4 out of 5. I want to check in on the live right now. Let's see, James Cook. Ooh, that's a decent number on rushing. I think we'll grab that real quick. I think for Stephon Diggs, we'll grab higher on him. And do we get... We'll go lower on Tyler Bass. And then we got to grab like one jet too. We'll go higher on Breece Hall. Let's throw that. Projection has changed. Refresh, refresh, refresh. Come on now. Ooh, they upped Diggs. Let me take that one off. Actually, no. I will put Diggs back on. Oh, especially because they just lowered it to 68.5 again. Cool. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. As soon as I can get all these to refresh at the same time, we'll lock this in. There we go. Yeah. Oh my God, projection changed again. You know what? Fuck the kicker. I'm taking the kicker off. I think it's because there's an end of a drive, and so they're refreshing everything at the end of a drive. That's why it's being so annoying right now. Brett, did you see DK hurt Witherspoon? Which Witherspoon? EJ would be proud of you taking the kicker off. All right. Oh, God. Josh just got crushed. I think they stopped forward progress, though. Let me go back to my live. I want to check on that. Oh, a Keller Witherspoon? No, I didn't see that. Was the rule forward progress stop, chat? If you could clarify that for me. I think it was. Cure for $5. If the Pats didn't trade back in the draft, New York gets Broderick and Rodgers doesn't get hurt. BB playing 4D chess. Fucking Patriots fans. You guys are all the same. You get close to winning one game, and it's like you won the Super Bowl. Oh, Solid challenged that? I didn't think that was a smart thing to challenge. That one seemed semi-obvious to me, but all right. All right, this looks like a middle field closed structure. Unless that backside safety comes down. He did not. All right, third down. Third down in what? Third down in 8. So 3rd and 7 plus. Typically, for the Jets, we get a lot of quarters and a lot of cover 1. So basically trusting their DBs out on islands. We'll see what they give us. Quarters presentation pre-snap. Looks like Stubby here. And we do get Stubby. Nothing open. Josh taking a shot, though, to nobody. Why did he do that? What? Why did he do that? Josh, honey, sweetie, baby, what are you doing? I mean, hell of a punt with your arm, but what are you doing? Okay. Anyway, to explain the coverage to you guys real quick. So let's just, I mean, it's flipped the other way, but let's just pretend it's normal, right? So you got, all right, so in Stubby, there's a version of quarters. And essentially he is Meg, they call it Meg, man everywhere he goes on the outside, right? Here, I'll move the mic. So this corner outside on number 1 out here is man everywhere he goes, or Meg. So he's essentially man coverage, even though it's his own coverage. The nickel, he's responsible for carrying number 2 vertical. Number 3 vertical is the responsibility of this safety. He will get carried up to it by this linebacker. So this nickel is matching, this safety is matching vertical, he's matching vertical. And then what you do a lot of the time is you match the will to the running back if he releases out there, or he's going to pick up, if it's 4 strong, he'll pick up number 4 or first crosser. This corner, depending on the game plan, if you kind of want to have, if they have a really fast threat here, you'll have the weak side safety kind of play it to bracket that. Or if their best threat is right here, they'll do what's called a cone call and kind of basically play an in-out bracket there. So what we saw here was a Stubby presentation against 3x1 before the snap. You're really only going to get a good matchup unless you have just a badass motherfucker at one of these outside receiver spots. You're only really going to get a good matchup if you have a really fast threat in the slot that can just outrun that safety. I didn't see what happened down the field, but just based on the first 1 second that everything was on the screen, everything looked covered up. All that to say, I have no idea why Josh threw that. And there goes Brees. Did he already cross 100 yards between that first big run and this one? He's probably already over 100, right? He's got to be. Dolphins Twitter must be lit. Dolphins Twitter is a scary place, man. Well, Brees is a greased up Depp guy from Family Guy, apparently, because nobody can fucking tackle him. 2 carries for 110 yards. All right. Well, that'll make things a lot easier on Zach Wilson. Now we're running, I couldn't see who pulled there, so it was either power or dart with Dalvin while Brees catches his breath. Another few yards there. Run it again. Oh, no, it's 3rd and 5. Throw it again. So we're in empty. Some sort of too high presentation. Looks like the safety's expanded out to cover 2. Uh-oh. Oh, Zach. Please don't die. All right, 4th and 5. Unfortunately, only getting a field goal out of this drive. So not going to pay off Brees' Herculean effort with a touchdown. Disappointing. But hey, at least the Jets are probably going to get points on the board, so they're better than the Giants, right? At least one New York team knows how to score a single point. Fun fact, there's no scenario that makes it easy for Zach Wilson. Fair point. All right, so a lot has happened in this game so far. We've laughed, we've cried, we've laughed again. At least it's been entertaining. You know, last night's game, Giants-Cowboys, was just kind of sad. Like, this one's sad, but in a different kind of way. No net on field goal. I wonder if it broke. Like, I wonder if they don't have the ability to. Also, based on everything that you guys have seen so far, are you sure that you want to cook me for picking the Dolphins to win the division? Are you still absolutely sure that I'm crazy? I am not sure that I'm not crazy. Yeah, that makes sense. Wait, I'm not sure that I'm not crazy. Grammar check? Does that make sense? I don't think it does. Brett standing behind his pick this firmly means that they're destined to crash and burn. Oh, 100%. 100%. 2 is going to go missing in the Bermuda Triangle tomorrow. I'm fully aware of that. But until then, Finns are winning the division. It's happening. If Rodgers is out for the season, who would you suggest the Jets pick up? Is there anybody they could pick up? Caleb Williams, I guess. I don't know. like if Rodgers is out for the season, they're fucked. Make no bones about it. They are fucked if he's out for the season. He's got a big old boot on. That's not good, folks. You know what's hilarious? I have plans to go out for Halloween weekend to New York for Jets Giants. If Rodgers is out for the season, that might be a disaster class of the highest and or lowest caliber, depending on how you interpret that. I may have to shift my plans for which New York game I'm going to. Because, oh my God. Imagine me spending $2,000 to go to New York to watch Zach Wilson versus Daniel Jones. Could you imagine a more efficient way to light money on fire? There's Quinnen. Hear me out, Tyler Huntley, Jets QB1. You know what? Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. There are worse ideas, like Nathan Peterman. All right, cover 2 here on 2nd and 15. And there goes Diggs. Again, not great tackling by either team tonight. Breeze is at 135.5 rushing. He's already at 109. Take that. Sure. Why not? Garrett Wilson, 37.5. Sure. Rodgers officially ruled out. That means it's bad. Fuck. Whoa, okay. Josh Allen trying to throw picks. Awesome. I keep trying to lock in Dalton Kincaid, but it keeps refreshing. It's super annoying. Brett, are you sure you want to bet on Jets receivers? No, I'm really not. All right, 2x2. More cover 2 from the Jets. A lot of cover 2 tonight from both teams, honestly. Josh doing Josh things. Jets lose Rodgers. Dolphins just got the Coleman curse. Pat's Twitter going nuts right now as they're already celebrating the division win. In the Patriot only Q&A, I said that I gave the Patriots a 25% chance of winning the division, and that was before this game. Might be slightly higher now. There goes James Cook. Nice little scamper. Again, shit tackling on the edge, but we'll give it to him. There we go. Finally, they updated the projection for Dalton Kincaid. There we go. Locked it in. Took a while, chat, but we got there. Another seemingly quarters presentation. Might have been half quarter running into it and getting nothing. MRI tomorrow is going to be a ticking time bomb in New York. If he's out for the year, ticket prices in that stadium are going to plummet. Like, completely plummet. And I'm going to feel terrible for Jets fans. I really do. I feel bad. I honestly do. Because what a gut punch, man. You use all that time and energy to get him out here, and he doesn't even last a drive. All the hype, you're getting Hard Knocks. Is that a Gabe Davis sighting? Let's go. If he's out, he might as well retire 40 coming off an injury. If he's out, if it's like a serious injury, he might actually retire. He might actually retire. Because, like, what's he got to prove anymore, right? At that point, why come back? Other than just to prove that you can win outside of Green Bay. But that's what this year was supposed to be, And again, another year older. It's tough. It's tough. Praise Bingus for $5. If my stats are correct, apparently Jalen Carter had 8 total pressures this week, while the entire Bears defense had only 6. League is cooked if true. You are correct on both accounts. And it is terribly depressing for Bears fans, to say the least. All right, let's see what we got here in the red zone for the Bills. If we're just going to get Damian Harris hammering it in, maybe they have something crafty in the pass game. Josh has been fidgety this game, so I would prefer for them to either dial up something super safe in the pass game or just keep running it with Harris because, I don't know, this man just keeps trying to throw picks. Josh, keep it. Was he past the line of scrimmage? Was that legal? I mean, good throw, if legal. That was right on the border. I don't know. We'll see. He might have been past the line of scrimmage. Let's go to a replay. Here's to hoping they void all Rodgers bets. Yeah, well, Underdog did. I don't know about other platforms, but I know Underdog did. Now, remember, his whole body doesn't need to be in front of the line. He can have, like, 1 foot. I might need to see a different angle on that one. Maybe? I mean, it might just be one of those they just stick with what was called. That's a tough one. So they're probably just going to stick with it. Again, if he just has like 1 sliver of a foot, he's fine. And he might have had one, but I don't know. X-rays are negative for Aaron Rodgers. That's good. So we know it's an ankle. We just don't know what it is on the ankle. If X-rays are negative, though, potentially it's not season-ending, which would be ideal, obviously. Brett, I'm a Lions fan. I have a hot take. Minnesota Vikings are going 1-4 going into week 6. They play the Eagles week 2, the Chargers week 3, the Panthers week 4, and the Chiefs in week 5. So you probably think their one win is going to be the Panthers, right? I would take the Eagles straight up right now. I would take the Chargers straight up right now. And I would also take the Chiefs, assuming Kelsey's going to be back and Chris Jones is going to be back too. Yeah, no, I concur. Now, it's the Vikings, so they're going to win some bullshit game in there somewhere and be 2-3 or 3-2. But 1-4 is not out of the question. If we're just looking at who's going to be favored in those games, yeah, 1-4 is not out of the question. All bets are just the special. To my knowledge, I mean, I only asked about the special. Maybe they did it for the other ones too, but I only asked about the special. So I'd have to clarify with Rudman if it was everything. X-ray doesn't show ligaments, right? I believe MRI is what they're going to be using for checking the ligaments. X-ray is to check for bones. But I'm not if there's any sort of like PTs or doctors in here, feel free to clarify. I am not one of those, but to my recollection, X-rays are to check for bones, MRIs are to check ligaments. I had a water bottle. Oh, I think I knocked it over when I yeeted my whiteboard. There we go. Got it. Achilles is the worst case scenario right now, no question. I mean, yeah, obviously, but torn ankle ligaments are also no fun. So we'll have to see. You look handsome tonight, Brett. Thank you. I appreciate you. I can't wait to watch Rich Eisen tomorrow. I didn't even think about that. Oh, poor Rich. Oh, poor Rich. He's been through so much. All right, big wing action for the Jets. Taking a shot. Wilson doesn't like it. Takes the check down. Oh! Big old hit there. Advertisers are probably currently texting commissioner trying to flex out the 4 Jets primetime games. Oh, man. It's such a mess. It's just such a mess. Nice little run there from Dalvin. Good to see he's still got some juice to him. Alex Tracy for $2. Thank you, Alex. Week 1, Jets and Giants fans not having fun. No, New York sports is not allowed to be happy. We all know that. You guys saw the Mets this year. They're not allowed to be happy. They got their run with the Yankees. They got a couple Super Bowls from the Giants, and that's it. That's all they're allowed to have. All right, nice little tight bunch here. Straight up 7-step drop game, and he threw a pick. Methinks Zach Wilson has not progressed. Oh, but there is a flag. Hold on. Chat, if you can hear the flag, can you tell me what it was? It sounds like it was against the offense anyway. Oh, and sportsmanlike conduct. Okay, yeah, who cares about that? Whatever, you got the ball. We're fine. Aguilar out snap Bateman. Looks like Bateman wide receiver 3. The only thing I know for sure about the Ravens receiving core is that they are absolutely obsessed with Zay Flowers. Also, wow, he straight up just stared him down. The all-22 of that pick is going to be disgusting. Ugh, I am not looking forward to watching that one. That's going to be a horrible pick on tape. Jets fan flip off the camera. I didn't see that. Aaronless Giants still better than the Aaronless Jets still better than Danny Dimes Giants. I don't think I would agree with that. Like, Daniel Jones has at least had moments, right, where we're like, okay, this can work. We have not had that with Zach Wilson yet. So I would disagree with that. I think the Giants would beat the Jets at this point. Mute that cough. Oh, sorry about that. More scotch for me. Danny can at least run. Correct. And if you look at so here's the thing with the Giants and Cowboys. The Giants are built to win a very specific way. The Giants are built to run the ball, play defense, drag you down into the mud, and suffocate you. That is what they do. They are designed to be annoying until the fourth quarter, where their defense will make some weird, miraculous, fucking voodoo play out of nowhere. And then the run game will just lean on you and lean on you and lean on you. Next thing you know, they win the game, right? That's what the Giants do. That's why they were perfect for beating the Vikings, because when the Vikings get dragged down in the mud, they can't get back out, right? The Vikings are way better when it's wide open and everybody's throwing the ball all over the place and weird shit's happening. Like, Vikings against Bills is like their territory. Vikings against Giants is not their territory. And so the Giants, in their opening drive, when they were just running the ball and running the ball and running the ball and making hay and being physical and doing all the normal Giant stuff, they looked fine. They honestly look fine. And then you get a bad snap that sets up a big loss. It ruins the first drive. Field goal blocked, touchdown. You come out, pick 6. Next thing you know, you're down 2 possessions. And at that point, there goes James. Oh, nice move from James Cook. But we get a flag. At that point, when Dallas is up by 2 possessions and they can unleash Micah and they can unleash Tank and they can unleash Dorrance Armstrong and like their pass rush takes over, the Giants can't get out of that. Like they don't have a way to get out of that type of hole. That's why they drafted Jalen Hyatt, right, to get some speed, some quick strike ability. It's why they brought in Waller, but they can't pass protect. They can run block like crazy. They cannot pass protect. It's a very one-dimensional offensive line. And when you have a one-dimensional offensive line, you have a one-dimensional offense. And Daniel Jones is not good enough to make up for poor pass protection like a lot of the better quarterbacks in the league are. So they can really only win in one way right now. And once that one way was taken from them, they were completely screwed. And it just got worse and worse and worse and became basically a feedback loop. So that's my piece on the Giants. If they score on that first drive and they don't throw a pick 6, it's probably a much closer game because the run game would still be a factor. But without that, they were cooked. Hendog for $10. Thank you, Hendog. Appreciate you coming back. Is it just me, or is Josh Allen slowly regressing back to rookie form of wild Josh? His decision making has gotten progressively more unhinged over the last 2 years, and he is trying way too hard to be a superhero when he does not have to be a superhero. He has so much more talent around him than he did when he was younger, when he was trying to play hero ball and getting in trouble. And now he has a lot of talent around him, but he's still trying to play hero ball, and he's making really dumb decisions. He's got to just rein it in, man. And that's what Dable was good at, honestly. Dable was good for Josh because he reined him in. And the current staff is not doing a good job of that. Willis for $5. Any thoughts on Bryce Young's performance? He seemed to go through progressions and make generally good decisions. Really could use some wide receiver speed, though. He got a couple times by Jesse Bates, which those two mistakes were crucial. Like, really, really crucial. He looked like a rookie, honestly. There were ups, there were downs, there were throws that he absolutely wants back. Throws that ideally he will learn from, and I think he will learn from them. But the picks were bad, and they were backbreaking, and I think they very easily could have been the difference in the game if he didn't throw those, right? And also Jesse Bates is just a really good safety, so there's that too. But overall, like, there were touch throws out to the sideline that were really good. There was a couple times he got out of pressure and used his legs. There were flashes there, but the picks were just backbreaking. One pick and Brainlets are talking shit on Josh Allen. I mean, it's more than one pick. That's the point. Like, he's doing that kind of shit a lot. He literally almost threw a second pick. So it's not brainlet to acknowledge that Josh is making dumbass throws, and he was doing it in the back half of last year, and so far he's doing it in this game too. And I don't know why he's doing it. He doesn't have to do it. Like, again, we explained the coverage. It wasn't open. And he still decided to take a shot. So, no. I wouldn't criticize Josh if he wasn't throwing dumb picks. So, if he doesn't want to be criticized, don't throw bad balls. It's that simple. God, showing the replay of Zach's pick to Milano, I truly don't know what he was looking at. I have no idea how he did not see Milano sitting there. That's going to be a painful one to watch back on tape. All right, 2nd and 4. We're going to get a Josh Allen sneak here just to punch it in, punch it through, get a fresh set of downs. That's what I would like to see. Brett victim blaming Josh Allen. Good sneak from Josh there. You could see him just kind of pick out the hole with his eyes pre-snap and then dive into it. He didn't just surge forward. That's how you be good at quarterback sneaks, is you recognize that going directly forward behind the center is usually not a good idea because the nose is just going to dive at his forearm and clog him up. So you kind of almost want to sidestep and then get over the top of the guard. That's what Brady did forever, and it always works. Also, being Josh Allen helps. Yeah, yeah, it does. Which rookie quarterback had the best game? Anthony Richardson, probably. But again, he threw like that one really bad pick in the end that essentially lost the Colts the game. But so like all of them had their valleys. Like they had some peaks, but they all had their valleys. But Richardson, I would say, had the fewest number of bad moments, if that makes sense. If I had to rank them, Richardson, then Young, and then Stroud did not do well. And I mean, he was getting shellacked, like a lot of pressure. I get it. But he didn't respond to that pressure super well, in my opinion, either. So hopefully he bounces back this week against the Colts. We'll see. How's your day going, Brett? My day has been very productive. Did an 11-hour stream yesterday, then watched some tape, went to bed for a few hours, woke up, watched more tape, recorded a podcast, did a meeting with our accountant, prepped for the patron-only Q&A, did the patron-only Q&A, made a pot of coffee, and then jumped on here. So it's been a very productive day for me. Can't complain. How's your day? Is Josh Allen the DE underrated? Was like 7th in pressures last year, but nobody ever talks about him. Never hear him in the rank of Phillips, Smith, etc. Very underrated. People forget, like, he's a crazy talented dude. Like, he went top 10 for a reason. Great athlete. He's got size. He's got burst. He's got bend. I think he had like three sacks this week, right? Like, I haven't watched his sacks individually yet, but if I recall correctly, like, he had a bunch of pressures and like 3 sacks this week. But no, Josh Allen, to answer your question, yeah, he's underrated. The edge rusher, Josh Allen, not the quarterback, Josh Allen. All right, 2nd and 13. Not a lot of great answers here in the playbook. Typically, 2nd and more than 10 yards to go. Jets are 40%, actually more than 40%. In total, between quarter, half, and quarters, it's like 60%. So I would expect to see that here. Looks like that's what we're going to get. Seems like half, quarter to me. Ooh, man. Almost hit. I think that was Cook down the boundary, but Mosley got a hand on it. Moving to 3rd and 13, there's even fewer plays in the playbook for that one. Again, a lot of cover 2 there on this down, but mostly you can expect quarters here on 3rd and 13 plus. Jets last year were at 54% quarters on 3rd and 10 plus. So that's what you can expect here. And that's certainly what it looks like. Josh gets out of pressure again, tries jumping somebody from 8 yards away from the first down marker because he's Josh Allen. Why not? When you say cover 2, do you mean Tampa 2? Tampa 2 is the most common version of cover 2 that is run in the league. So generally when I say cover 2, that is what I mean. Yeah. Very few people run cover 2 without having a pull runner go up the middle seam. Usually that's suicide to do that. Is there a team in week 1 that lost that you're worried about or optimistic about? I'm very optimistic about the Patriots. Extremely optimistic about the Patriots. Not super optimistic about the Steelers, mainly because Kenny Pickett just played terribly. Like, he had a horrible game. Same thing with the Bears. Fields had a really, really bad game. What about cover 2 robber like Gary Patterson loved? Is that the one where on the weak side they have the corner just go way the fuck back and play the deep half on his side, and then they have the safety come in and kind of essentially occupy that same area as the pole runner in Tampa, but the safety comes down from over the top and the corner replace. Is that how TCU does it? I hope I explained that correctly. I remember seeing them do something like that. I don't know if he calls it cover 2 robber, but yep, that's the one. Okay, good. I'm glad I remembered that correctly. It's like half to invert, half not, right? It's diabolical. This Jets defense being so good makes the Rodgers injury so much more brutal. I feel so bad for the Jets. That schedule does not get any easier. Yeah, their schedule is horrific. Like, without Rodgers, this could be a very bad team. Well, a good team with a bad record, if that makes sense, right? Specifically because Rodgers is out. But they could go on a pretty big slide here against that schedule. It is brutal. Sorry, folks. Just got a text real quick. Sorry, folks. I know this is riveting stream material, but I have a very important text to respond to. All right, halftime here. How are you guys feeling? If you're a Jets fan, how are you feeling specifically? That's what I want to hear. Jets fan or Bills fan? Are you distraught? Are you ready for the pain to end so you can get Caleb Williams? Is he your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Wentz to the Jets. God, don't speak that evil. Please don't speak that evil. Per a tweet from Football Doc, the concern with A-Rod is a significant worry for left Achilles tendon tear based off the video replay. It's anybody's guess at this point. If it was Achilles, I feel like we would have heard that by now, right? Like, we heard about J.K. Dobbins' Achilles in like 10 minutes. Bet the over on Rodgers' pass attempts. Not great. Oh, no. He got one. Why don't NFL teams do more of Gary Patterson's half-field match coverages? From what I understand, it's because Gary Patterson keeps all that stuff under lock and key, and it's hard to find people who are willing to teach how it works, from what I understand, again. So, you know, without somebody who will uh, be willing to teach it and like do a clinic or, come and do a consultation or something like that. It's tough to run that kind of stuff. Unless you're a coach who just wants to deconstruct it just off tape and then do it yourself. But Schultz tweeted that Jets are fearing it's an Achilles. Oh, man. That's not good. Well, whatever they replaced the MetLife turf with, apparently it's not great. Apparently it's still deadly out there. How much more money do you think Chris Jones made after that Chiefs loss? At least a couple million, right? That shit got done quick after that loss. It got done real quick. Taylor Heineke to the Jets. Now that's an idea. That is 100% an idea I'm all for. He's so far, based on what we've seen, he's better than Zach Wilson, right? I'm trying to think of like who else might be available. Tyler Huntley was brought up. I could see. What if we get like a DTR, like a wild DTR trade? That would be interesting. Titans might pay the Jets to take Tannehill. Carson Wentz is right there. Do you want to hurt Jets fans? Are you trying to make them just miserable? No. If I'm the Jets, I'm doing whatever I can to get DTR. I'll give like a 3rd-round pick for DTR. Or the Raiders kid. I don't know. I don't think the Raiders are letting go of AOC, if I'm being perfectly honest. Matt Corral could be available. I guess, but is that really any better? Is that really any better than what they have? Oh, I just realized I have to open up the aperture again. Jameis Winston. There's an idea, actually. Jameis Winston. That's a maybe. There we go. No, not Mitch Trubisky. Not Mitch Trubisky at all. Mid-round pick for Tyson Bagent. Spoken like a Bears fan that just wants to fleece somebody. Return of Joe Flacco. No, God. No. I think the Jameis idea is intriguing. The Tyler Huntley deal idea is intriguing. Cooper Rush, I could see. That one might be a little bit more expensive just because the Cowboys know that Dak isn't usually the healthiest guy. Drew Lock, I'm not interested in. Yeah, and other than that, like one of the young kids, like a DTR or an Aiden O'Connell, but Aiden would be expensive for sure. Just because the Raiders really, really love him. Sorry, I'm just adjusting monitor brightness here, folks. All right. Hendog for $5. Thank you, Hendog. Cracking a McKenna 10-year in honor of the bad man Rogers. A good whiskey, I think, is certainly in order for Jets fans tonight. McKenna 10 is a wonderful whiskey at that. Wilson for a year sounds like great entertainment. Agree. Storm for $2. Thank you. Agree, but in more of like a masochistic curiosity kind of way rather than like the traditional entertainment that we're going for when we watch NFL football. It's more so how bad can it get rather than how good can it get. Stidham, that's an interesting one. Gardner Minshew, I don't think he's for sale right now. I think they're using him to guide Anthony Richardson right now, and I think that he's too important. Sorry, folks. Just had another text. All right. Is Nick Foles available? You guys are just really trying to make Jets fans even more pissed, aren't you? It's like, let me just come up with like the worst possible option. Let's just see if we can get depression rates to spike as much as we can in New York. How about that? Tom Brady has the opportunity to do the funniest thing possible. Could you imagine? And you know what? I guarantee you the Jets make a call. I guarantee you. They will send a text to Danye. I would be stunned if they do not send a text to Danye. Just be like, is he sure? Is he sure he's done? And he is done. But they'll send the text. Phillip Rivers is looking to come out of retirement. That is not an answer. No way. No way. What is he, like 40-year-old Phillip Rivers? No way. Also, the Jets might be the one team that Tom wouldn't play for, if we're being totally honest. They might be the one. Actually, no. He also wouldn't play for the Colts. There's two teams that he wouldn't do. Colts and Jets. Peyton might ship Russ. That doesn't fix things. That doesn't fix things at all. 40-year-old Rivers wouldn't fix things, but 50-year-old Brady might. Get the fuck out. The thing is, unlike Tom Brady, Phillip Rivers does not feast on the blood of virgins to stay youthful. So different level of aging here. So looking at Rodgers' face, he hobbled for a couple steps and then went down, which is interesting. I've never seen somebody get up and hobble a couple steps and then go back down when they tore their Achilles. So that would be a first. Liz Frank, maybe. That I would understand. Liz Frank, I could see. All right, what's Lisa Salter saying, Chad, if you can let me know? I'm sure she's talking about Aaron. Liz Frank is a bone thing. Oh, yeah, sure. You're right. It would have shown up on the x-ray if it was Liz Frank. Oh, God, Zach just got crushed. Deep just announced that he tore his Achilles? Who's Deep? (9/11) denier who's been hurt the last 4 out of 6 seasons gets hurt on 9/11. NFL scriptwriter's been waiting on that one. All right. 3rd and 10. Can Zach Wilson do anything? Yes, he can. Is that our first Garrett Wilson sighting? It is. About damn time. It's ironic that I recorded a Jets episode while I was in New York, but my card corrupted, so I never got to put it out. But I still think the curse carried over anyway, because it was all about Rodgers and Garrett Wilson working together. So in a roundabout way, I still think I did this. I still think it's my fault. So my bad, guys. Dr. Brian Sutterer on YouTube already got a vid up. Yeah, those the injury doctors get content out quicker than anybody else. Like somebody tweaks an ankle and they get a video up like a half hour later. Ooh, big play. Is that Michael Carter? I think it was. Oh, no, that was Brees. Again, oh, shocker. Brees Hall, big play, I know. Also, Brees looks totally fine. Like, his knee looks like he never got hurt. So, chalk another victory up for modern medicine, folks. And Dalvin honestly looks pretty spry himself. Dalvin's looking nice. He looks fresh. They can't throw the ball worth a damn, but they can sure run it. Fun fact, only 17 more games to go before Caleb joins the Jets. I can't wait for Caleb to play for 14 different teams next year. Fucking everybody wants him. All right, 3rd and 2. Excuse me. 3rd and 2, we're in empty. I think yesterday's stream finally caught up to me, folks. I don't know how, like, XQC and all those guys do so many hours streaming a week. Like, 80 hours streaming a week. Like, what the fuck, dude? I'm only doing, like, 16 hours in 2 days, and I'm dog tired. Nice run from Dalvin again. Uh-oh. Who's hurt? Is that Ed Oliver? I hope it's not. Streamers are not real people. How does Rodgers' injury affect LeBron's legacy? Oh, man. Jordan Phillips hurt again. That's rough luck for him. Oh, you're right. It is 9/11. I shouldn't do a build the whole plane joke on 9/11. I forgot what day it was. My bad. I'll delete that. The one day you can't do a build the whole plane joke. And it's in New York. Oh, man. Don't they tell you to never forget? I think that's why. Brett was just in day month mode. Brett, how do you clean a pop filter? Mine is covered in cat hair. Get a lint roller. That's what I use for mine when it's covered in cat hair. Lick the cat hair off. There's an angle of the play you can see his legs snap like Kevin Durant's. Are you talking about Aaron Rodgers? I thought we ruled out broken bones, though. Like, didn't they already do an X-ray and said it was negative? Oh, fumble. But it's out of bounds. We're good. I think he just got the wind knocked out of him. Oh, man. Chat, you're killing me, man. You're killing me. Oh God, Zach, please, please, please get rid of it. Oh. Yeah, we got a flag anyway. What's the call there? I think I missed the call. Oh, they called grounding on him. Rough. Offensive PI. Offensive PI and illegal man downfield. All right. Different. Different than grounding. Thank you, chat, for leading me astray. All right. Somehow the Jets are only down by a possession, which is shocking. So credit to their defense for playing out of their minds. At this point, just draft Fashanu already. If the Jets win, this becomes a new Monday Night Miracle. You have no idea. If the Zach Wilson-led Jets somehow beat the Bills tonight, it will be arguably the most surprising result of the week. And there have been several. If Tua stays healthy, the Dolphins take the division. Absolutely. I mean, I thought that even before Rodgers got hurt, but absolutely. Apparently on the Manning cast, Peyton says Zach Wilson will be allowed to throw it at most 3 more times the rest of the game. He has 3 passes left. Oh, man. Imagine if you were a Jets fan that showed up late to this game and the first thing you saw was Zach Wilson throwing a pick. Dude. Some dude took the train in from Penn Station after work and walked into the stadium, sat down with his beer, thought Rodgers was on the field, immediately saw the Milano pick, and just left. I guarantee you that happened. With Ewers being QB3 at best in the 2024 draft, could we see him stay until 2025, or will Texas push him out the door with Manning waiting in the wings? It depends on how he plays the rest of the year. Like, being QB3 at best isn't a bad thing. It means you might go to a better team and then make more money in the long run. So that's, I don't think guys are afraid of not being the number 1 overall pick, because usually it means they're gonna go to a better team. Josh Allen back on the field. I think a touchdown drive here to make it 20-6 probably just ends the game, if we're being honest. I don't think Zach Wilson can crawl out of that hole, but we'll see. Oh, Josh. All right, he still got it out, but my God, he's playing fast and loose against pressure there. All right, 1st and 10, almost at midfield here. Wide stack out to the field. With a tight end in the backfield, that's interesting. All right, let's check in. So Dalton Kincaid hit his over. Brees, we are still 31 rushing yards short. Wilson, we're about 20 yards short. So that's a maybe on this one. In terms of our pre-game slip, Lazard still hasn't done anything. Kincaid is 1 yard short. Cook still needs 11 more yards. Wilson still needs a lot more to go. And Shakir just needs like 1 catch. So we're not dead in the water, but the Rodgers injury definitely throws a wrench into things. Especially when both teams are running the ball super well. Ooh, nice little pole protection. Oh, okay. Maybe. No. Okay, got another 4 yards for Cook. We're inching our way there. We're about 8 yards away. Think Brees Hall hits that adjusted line? Possible. He just needs 1 more carry to get the extra 30 yards, right? That's all we need. If we're just going by law of averages here. All right. Little bunch left. Now we're getting into a 4 strong. Oh, God. Josh. Beautiful ball to Diggs. That's the thing is, like, when Josh kind of does, like, the fidgety run around stuff, you don't know if you're about to see something awesome or something terrible. He is, like, the most nerve-wracking quarterback to watch. Ooh, we got a little finger dislocation. He popped it back in. Mitch Morris, he's fine. All right, 2nd and 12. Looks like quarters. Wants it all. Fucking hell. Why? Why? You're going against Zach Wilson. You're in the lead. What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Like, what is the point? Like, why are we backfooting this with Quinnen Williams in our face into two? Like, look, Diggs knew that was getting picked. He was in DB mode. Like, what's the objective? You're in the lead against Zach Wilson. He drives me insane. So the guy in the chat who was talking about why I criticize Josh Allen, it's fucking that. It's that. Oh, my God. Pisses me off. I don't like watching bad football, chat. It's two primetime streams in a row that we've had bad football. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. And you know what's great for me is that our next stream on Thursday night, not on this channel, it's going to be over on the Bootleg Football channel. But when you're on the Bootleg channel with us on Thursday night, we get to watch Kirk Cousins in primetime. So get used to this. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I'm going to sit that one out for your own mental health. Yeah. The Kirk slander is real. Hey, man, if we didn't have a mountain of evidence that that Kirk, I swear to God, my conspiracy theory, I don't know if I've ever said this on stream. I've definitely said it on Twitter. My conspiracy theory is that Kirk has astigmatism and that after dark, when the stadium lights are on, the lights like fuck him up because of astigmatism and he can't see anything. And so he throws the dumbest picks after the sun goes down. Like that is my, if I ever have like an unhinged conspiracy theory about football, that is it. That Kirk has undiagnosed astigmatism. There's no other rational explanation for it. All right, there's my... Oh, no, I did James Cook over receiving, not Dalvin. Shit. Wrong Cook, brother. All right, look at this quarters look. Backside safety is just sitting on it, waiting for permission to go after the ball. Like, Josh, you've seen quarters a million times, especially from this defense. Why do you think that they would just give you the deep post to Diggs? Why would that thought ever cross your mind that number 3, running vertical on the safety, why would it ever cross your mind that this safety, the backside safety that is not conflicted by anything, why do you think that he wouldn't just go pick that bitch? What's the thought process? Like, that's the coverage. You've seen it every week. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like, imagine playing against Zach Wilson and you're still the quarterback making more mistakes. Unbelievable. Maybe Josh has had as many Labats as me. 6. All right, let's see if Zach Wilson can do literally anything to pay this off. The answer is no. All right, holding on the offense, declined, going to get another punt. That's the thing is like the Jets offense with Zach Wilson is so bad that it almost negates Josh making these dumbass mistakes. Maybe that's why he is. Maybe because he's like, you know what? I know you're not going to capitalize on this. So I'll make a dumb throw. You're not going to do anything about it. Maybe that's his thought process. It's not a good one, but maybe that's what it is. Somebody on Twitter said that Josh Allen is taller Zach Wilson. I wouldn't go that far, but come on now. Don't have to be that mean. Brett, who lost more tonight? The Jets, who are still not going to win the division, or the Packers, who could have had a late first? It's true. It's true. They could have had a late first. I can't remember what was the stipulation. Like, how many snaps did Rodgers have to play for it to be a first round pick? Was 70%? Is that what it was? Only 60% of the games. Oh, so it's not a snap. It's on games started. Oh, no, 65%. All right, thank you, chat. Yeah, I don't think he's going to get to 65% if it's an Achilles thing. Like, even if it's not a tear and it's like a strain or whatever, those can take a while to come back from. If he's back by week 9, then it'll hit. If he's back by week 9, we'll see. All right. Josh back in the game. Let's see what heart attack inducing throw he makes this time. Imagine if Rodgers recovers in time for the 60%, but the Jets are so down bad by that point they pull him one game short out of spite. Well, I'll give the Jets credit for this. The defensive line is collapsed in the pocket like crazy, and they are not giving Josh Allen any room. That defensive line is real. I just wish they had an offense to match it. Brett, look at the first 6 weeks of the Jets schedule. It's so over. Hold on. Jets schedule. All right, so... Oh, dear Lord. Okay, so next week is at Dallas on a short week. And then it's hosting the Patriots. And then it's Chiefs. They get a little bit of a break with the Broncos. And then it's Eagles. Yeah, it's over, folks. It's over. See you in 2024. Caleb Williams, do not pass go, but do collect your Jets jersey. Thank you very much. Cook hit the insurance for me? Hold on. So it looks like we're 4 yards away for James Cook. We're still 1 yard away for Dalton Kincaid. Still hoping on a prayer for that Khalil Shakir magical catch that we never seem to get. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling too good about this, boys. Not feeling good about this. Surprised you're not live on a mountain somewhere. And get myself one of those Starlinks. Do a TNF stream from like Nepal, because why not? These slips would have been perfect for some unders. Here's the problem. Every time I do unders, they just slowly whittle away at them, and I just have to watch my imminent demise coming for an entire 4 quarters. It's maddening to do unders, even if they're the more logical choice. Like just to slowly have a heart attack of like, please don't throw the ball anymore, Jalen Hurts. I need you to not throw 28 times. Like from a mental health perspective, betting the unders is horrible. From a success rate perspective, it's probably better. But boy, it's terrible for your mental health. So much more nerve-wracking. Does Underdog let you share your slips, i.e. send a link to a friend? Yeah, there's actually so the thing with Underdog is when you fill out a slip, it'll give you the option where you can generate a link, and you can either text that link, you can tweet it. Like it's like fully integrated in the app where you can like directly share it. It'll generate a link. Somebody clicks on that link, and it lets you directly tail that slip. Like it automatically fills it in and everything like that. So it's actually like very, very user friendly. It's a very well designed app. Their engineers do not make enough money. Like whatever they're paying them is probably not enough because it's a very well designed app. Just need someone to slip Arthur Smith's playbook. Kincaid open on the 7 route every time they go to trips. Are you talking like when they run snag, or you mean like a deeper 7 on flood? I haven't been paying attention really to their route concepts from the trip side that much. Why are you not posting your slip link on our chats? I probably should. Hold on. Can I still do it from here? I don't think I can do it from this page. I think I can only do it once I fill out the slip. I think that's when I can do it. So I think for the next stream that I do, both the Thursday stream on the Bootleg channel as well as next Monday night's stream, I'll fill it out live so that I can grab the link and put the link into chat. That's what I'll do. So it's easier for you guys to click on it and just tail directly. And by the way, speaking of that Thursday night, if you guys are planning on joining us and you want to fill out some slips with us as well, again, promo code Brett over at Underdog Fantasy. Down the link in the description below. Match your deposit up to $100. You'll get a free mystery special. So whatever the special is for that Thursday night, they'll have that available for you, which is usually X player over half a yard, which up until tonight was always guaranteed. Apparently sometimes the special can go for 0 yards, but they still honored it anyways. So basically just it's a free space. So again, you can check that out in the link in the description if you are so inclined. Flood 7. So I'll have to go back at the All-22 and see exactly how the Jets are playing it. Because I know last year, the Jets' outside corner, like even when they were in quarters, the Jets' outside corner would kind of do like a zone turn and play it like super tight. And then it was matchup dependent, right? It was very matchup dependent, but they would kind of do like an exchange. Similar to Buster, actually, if you're familiar with like a Buster look, where he would then fall off and cut the 7 and the safety would then grab number 1 vertical. Jets did that a lot, so I'll have to go back to the All-22 to see if that's what they're doing tonight, because it's possible if the Jets corner's playing it tight, he can drive on the 7 and make that a very dumb throw to attempt. But, yeah, I'll have to look at the All-22 and see. That's the thing with, like, broadcast view is it's always so tight, you can never really see exactly what coverage they're in. If Rodgers did, in fact, tear his Achilles, what do you think is the outlook on his coming back to the NFL versus retiring? I would bet he retires if he tore his Achilles. Achilles is a tough rehab. And so he'd be rehabbing all year. He wouldn't even really be healthy and good to go until basically camp next year. I think he'd retire. Like, you got your money. You got a Super Bowl ring. You're going to the Hall of Fame. Like, what else do you need? MetLife is in a shelter-in-place warning. Is there lightning? Doesn't look like they're in a shelter-in-place. Yeah, I think we're fine. And, oh, God, Zach just got popped in the chin. That was a big hit on Wilson. Okay, yeah, that was before the game. Thank you. I think somebody saw a tweet late. Not me taking Garrett Wilson over Bijan in fantasy. You and me both, man. I mean, I didn't take him over Bijan, but I did take him in most leagues. God, look at that hit that Zach just took. He got cracked. Oh, date, the timestamp is at the bottom. Yeah, I gotcha. So let's see. How much time is left in this game? We are fourth quarter, 14-11. At least it's moving quickly, guys. Games like this one, you just want it to be over as soon as possible. So we'll be thankful for that. This very easily could have dragged on to like 8:30 my time, and I don't think it will. So we're happy about that at least. If we can get out of here by like 8 o'clock, get a good night's sleep, we'll accept that. There's my James Cook receiving. All right. So looking at our pregame slip, we need 1 yard, literally 1 yard from Dalton Kincaid. We need Khalil Shakir to do anything at all. And then we need either Alan Lazard to catch like a big post or Garrett Wilson to just go superhuman. Khalil Shakir, honestly, is probably the least likely out of all these, if I'm being totally truthful. West Coast sounds like heaven when games start at 10 a.m. I vastly prefer West Coast football time. Now, I will say on the East Coast, it was pretty cool because we could do like an early brunch and do a whole brunch and then come home and then watch football and then you're watching it up late. Like it's pretty cool. I will say it's a different vibe. But at the same time, if you have to work early on Monday morning, having a game over at 8 p.m. is vastly preferable to having it over at 11. So it really just depends what you have to do on Monday morning. I think that determines the key here. Jermaine Johnson sack. Jets defensive line solely keeping them in this game. A game that they should not be in, honestly, but they are. Also, Josh is getting the shit beat out of him, too. He hit his head really hard on the turf there. Like, that didn't look good. NFL is better West Coast time, but 9 a.m. college ball is tough. It depends if you interpret that as just an excuse to start crushing natties at 9 a.m., which at a certain time in my life, I did. Pretty convenient for that. All right, 3rd and 9. Ooh, fire zone here. Oh, that was nifty. There's the Josh we know and love. Nice little flip out there. Brett, what do you make of the rumors that Pickett got his bell wrong in that first sack and it affected his accuracy and decision making the rest of the game? Maybe. It's possible. I would hope that, the trainers and the neuro expert on the sideline would have checked him out. The pessimist in me knows that a lot of the time that doesn't happen. I see my wife is in the chat. Hold on. Let me text my wife. For the record, my love, yes, but Fatty only ate half of his, and his second half is in the pantry because Little tried to eat. What you guys don't know about my cats is even though Fatty is the fat one, Little is voracious, and as soon as he finishes his food, he'll go try to eat Fatty's. And so I have to basically protect Fatty's food from Little, and Fatty eats a lot slower. So Fatty's second half of Fatty's food is sitting in the pantry because he didn't finish it, and then Little tried to eat it. So I was going to give it to him after the game. Oh, Josh. 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 I mean, come on, dude. So anyway, congratulations to your 2023 AFC East Division champ, Miami Dolphins. Fins up. How you guys feeling in Miami? Honestly, they're the true winners of this game. The only winner is the Dolphins. And to a degree, the Patriots. More so the Dolphins. They are on cloud fucking 9 tonight. The 305 is lit. Like, Dolphins Twitter is probably just incorrigible right now. We're wasting another special defense on Zach Wilson. Yeah, when do we start betting Josh Allen INTs? That's the higher I should have taken. When aren't they? Very true. New underdog special, Zach Wilson under 1/2 total yard. Oh my God. What a shitty game. It's just not a good game. I mean, it's good if you like defense. It's bad if you like competent quarterback play. It's like watching the Giants play against themselves. My word. Trying to help the Jets. Anyone have Flacco's number? Oh, man. All right, let's look at the replay here and see what we got. So it looks like it's just cover 2. It's cover 2. He was reading out the flat corner. He was trying to leave it deeper so that Sauce couldn't undercut it. But the problem is he also left it way too far inside. Like, he missed the target zone by like 4 yards. You're supposed to arc that, leave it at the sideline. And he left it inside. Like, he left it flat and inside. Like, that's, if you're going to throw a 7 on any sort of smash concept or variation of a smash concept, you don't leave it flat and inside. With the one exception being is if it's a deeper 7 on flood and you have a corner playing sail technique and he's beelining down the sideline. Sometimes because there's more space on flood than on smash. Again, the 7 on smash is shorter than the high 7 on flood. You'll see receivers kind of want it on their inside shoulder, but not on that particular depth of route. You need more space if you're going to leave that thing inside, because you need more space to back the safety off so that you can leave it inside. You know, like he's throwing it like it's a high 7 on flood, but it's a much shorter 7 route on smash, which is not something you want to do. Did we just get a Lazard over? Hey, we did. How about that? All right, 2 down, 3 to go. And Brees is inching his way. So we are 20 yards short on Brees. Kincaid needs half a yard. If we can get like just a big bomb to Wilson, that would help us out a lot because I just don't think we're going to get Shakir here. All right, 3rd and 5. Give me a big ball to Garrett Wilson. I've never wanted anything else from you, Zach. Please. Okay. Oh, hey, there it is. All right. That helps us. So let's see. What's Garrett at? He's at 31. Maybe that was before they added it in. No, that was after they added it in. Okay, so he's 36 yards away from me. All right. We have a possibility of doing this thing, chat. little shimmy there from Zach. This is actually a decent looking drive. A decent looking drive. Pass protection's held up a little bit better on this one too. If they score, they should just go for 2. I mean, it's not like the Bills' offense is going to do anything about it. All right, so what are we in? Are we 1st and goal with that? I think we are, right? No, 2nd and goal. All right, 2nd and goal from the 3. Probably 4 down territory, so maybe this is a pass. Did he catch that? What? No way. He caught that? Hold up. Bro, oh my God. No way. That's some DeAndre Hopkins type shit. Oh my God. That is gross. What a play by Garrett Wilson. My word. How Zach's like, yeah, you bailed me out. Thanks for that. What happened on the extra point? Oh, penalty, so they moved it back. Gotcha. And still good. Okay, cool. That's insane. Can you imagine what Garrett Wilson's stat line would be with Aaron Rodgers tonight, though? Like, God. If the Bills lose this game, Buffalo media is going to be out for blood. They should not be losing this game. Yeah, I know. Mechanical keyboards, they're very loud. All right, chat. Predictions for the last 5.5 minutes. Go. What do you honestly think is about to happen here? Trying to get a temperature of the room. What are we thinking is about to unfold here? A tie. Jets game-winning field goal. Josh pick. Bills win 16-13. You know what I think? You know what I honestly think? I think they run the absolute shit out of the ball. I think they attempt to let James Cook and Damian Harris close this thing out. Whether that will work or not, I have no idea. But I kind of get the sense that they're about ready to take the ball out of Josh's hands. I think they're going to try to run the ball here. And if it works, they're going to keep running the ball. And they're going to keep it and keep it and keep it. Because they've over and over tried to get Josh to not throw the ball away to the other team, and it hasn't worked. Might try something new here. All right, so was it 5.5 minutes, right? All the marbles, Josh. This is for all the marbles. What you got? 25 yards, 5 minutes to go. You got 3 timeouts. Oh, no. Was he down? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. More. I can't. I fucking can't. More. He took his eye. Oh my God, he took his eyes off the ball. I have no words. I have no fucking words, chat. I am. Wow. I mean, this. I don't know what his PFF grade is going to be, but it's going to be low. It's going to be fucking low. Like, we might get like a single-digit PFF grade tonight, guys. That's insane. Utterly insane. All right. Give me more Zach Wilson yards, please. Or Garrett Wilson yards, please. I will also accept Breece Hall yardage. So let's see. How many do we need for Breece? 124. So 14 yards away? Give it to him again. Why not? More Brees. More Brees. That's all we want. That looks like an outside zone look if I've ever seen one. There it is. Oh my God, what a cut. Yeah, he's so good, dude. He's so good. Brees is nuts. RIP to the people who drafted Allen third round. Chat, if you have Allen or are playing against Allen, can I get a check of what his fantasy points are right now? I'm genuinely curious. Is it positive or negative? That's what I want to know. $6.5. Okay, it's not as bad as it could have been, but it's still not good. Now, if you're the Jets, do you go for this and just try to put him away? I think I might. Like, what do you have to lose, right? Your quarterback got hurt. You got 4 turnovers, a couple inches, run the clock down, kick it, go home. I think I might go for it. Why not? Why not? Like, you know, if you kick a field goal and you're giving the ball back to the Bills with like 3 minutes left, even as bad as Allen has been tonight, I'd rather not do that. So just go for it. All right. 4th and 1. Or 4th and inches, not even 1. 4th and inches. What do we got? Let's press coverage. There's the sneak. He definitely got it, for sure. Yeah. It's a good call by Saleh. Gets you down to the 2-minute warning. Gives you a fresh set of downs. I am surprised that the Bills haven't used their timeouts yet, though. Like, I thought that they would have used 2 timeouts on this side of the 2-minute warning. Because if you can use timeouts on this side of the 2-minute warning, try to get it where, you know, because you can use the 2-minute warning, maybe try to get it where you're kicking it with like 2 minutes to go and you still have 1 timeout. I probably would have used my timeouts there because you just let 40 seconds run off the clock for nothing, right? Like, in the end, I'm going to err on the side of using the timeouts early to preserve clock because the clock is more important. I don't know. What do you guys think? I probably would have used my timeouts earlier there and not waited until 2-minute warning or at least used one of them. You don't even have to use 2. Maybe at least use 1, right? Because if you get an early stop and it's like 2:30 to go and it's 2nd and 8, then you get it into 3rd down, then you hit the 2-minute warning, and then you're on the other side of the 2-minute warning. You get like, I don't know. I probably would have used them earlier. Because, like, if you get the ball back with like 40 seconds to go, but you have 3 timeouts, I'd rather have the ball with 2 minutes to go with 1 timeout, you know? Given how things have been going, I think I'd want my timeouts to have a full huddle and not risk it on yet another Allen pick out of hurry up. That's a genuinely good point, actually. If you feel like the timeouts will help keep him calm, that's a good point. I didn't think about it that way. I like that. Thank you. Thank you, John. Do the Jets, all of this assumes the Jets score any points here, and I know better, Brett. Kincaid at 26 is pain. I also have the over on him. We're just sitting half a yard short, man. Just half a yard short. It's rough out here. Oh, nice little SVP sighting. How about that? Josh being credited with 2 fumbles on that play is probably my favorite stat of the night. Is that real? Did he get 2 fumbles in one play? All right, 2nd and 13. Dalvin's in the game, not Brees. That is bad for my agenda. I'm going to lose by .11 because of that fumble? No way. That's terrible, dude. All right. We got 1,000 people in the stream right now. First of all, I appreciate you all. Second of all, reminder, if you want to play these pick'ems with us on Thursday, when we do the stream over on the Bootleg Football Podcast channel, our podcast, which, by the way, we also released about an hour-long episode today recapping everything from Sunday. So if you want to get some insights on, after we did all the tape study and everything like that, head over to the podcast channel. Again, Bootleg Football Podcast, link down in the description below. And we got a fresh episode for you recapping everything that happened on Sunday. On Thursday, we're doing the Vikings and Eagles stream on that channel. And if you want to play some slips with us for that, again, use promo code Brett down at Underdog Fantasy in the link in the description below. They'll match your deposit up to $100. And you also got access to a mystery special for whatever that game is on Thursday night. So best way to support the channel is to support the sponsors so that they keep coming back. And I appreciate all of you that have been playing with us tonight. 1,000 people and 999 dudes. Fun fact, my analytics, last time I checked my analytics, my audience was 97.3% male, but only 70% American. A lot of Europeans. Some might say several Europeans. If I recall correctly, as the field goal goes in, my top markets, obviously America, Canada, England, Germany, shit ton of Germans, and then Brazil. It was Brazil and Mexico, or Mexico then Brazil. One of those two were 5 and 6. But in total, I think it was like 200 countries or something like that. And a lot of them are Germans. You feed us Europeans really well, Brett. Yeah, because I release episodes at like midnight my time, so it's just in time for breakfast for you. Join the stream late. In your opinion, if the Jets get the W here, are they still a contender with Zach Wilson at the helm? I wouldn't say contender, but definitely a pain in the ass to play against with that defense. I would put them firmly in the category of don't want to play. Probably will win, but don't want to play just because it's going to hurt and they're going to drag you down in the mud and just make it miserable. Like Jets versus Patriots is going to be like a 9-3 game. If you love defense, that game's going to be amazing. If you love offense, you don't even want to bother watching it. Neither of those teams are going to score. Who else would you put into that tier of like not a contender but pain in the ass to play against? Definitely the Falcons, for sure. Falcons. Jury's out on Packers, but I do think that when they're healthy, that defense is going to be good. So potentially Packers. Maybe the Titans, Saints for sure. Let's see, who else is a really good defense that doesn't quite have the offense? That seems like all of them, maybe. Cleveland, I would say maybe. It depends on if Deshaun plays better this year. Who knows if he will? I don't know. But Cleveland's defense, I think, is going to be really good. Washington, yeah, I can see that one. Broncos, I could see that one for sure. But there's a bunch of those teams like in the middle of the NFL where it's like they're not great, but they're really annoying to play against. And they're all going to end up between like 7 and 9 wins, all of them without fail. Entire NFC South, kind of. Yeah, that entire division, truthfully, yeah. Josh Allen is just Jameis with extra steps. Oh, that's mean. Oh, man, you saw he really wanted to do it, too. He was begging somebody to be there so he could pitch it. He wants to give that ball away so bad. He needs it. He yearns for it. Greetings from the Netherlands. Started watching the NFL 2 years ago, and your videos have been a great help, even though your content is quite advanced. I appreciate that, Noah. Thank you very much. And I'm happy you're watching all the way from the Netherlands. Also, I'm happy you're still up with us, even though it's like 4 a.m. for you. I appreciate that. Oh, Josh is ripping it. Uh-oh. Josh is ripping it. Just need a little pep talk from Stephon Diggs. Apparently that's all it takes. All right. We got trips into the boundary. Another back shoulder ball to Diggs. Ooh, are they calling a push off there? Are they calling a push off there? Let's see what the call is. Yeah, OPI. The power of friendship. Stephon Diggs. The Bills are literally an anime. I swear to God. You know, the hero is failing. Everything's going wrong. They're against their nemesis. And then, like, the coolest shit sidekick will step up and give, like, a pep talk of, like, we must succeed. And there you go. You know, eat a fucking sensu bean, and then you just win. Like, the Bills are literally just NFL anime. Swear to God. All for the Zach Wilson revenge tour won't happen. I don't know, maybe. Maybe. Depends on if Josh throws it away here. All right. Are we getting double chips here? I think we're getting double chips. We want a shot. Uh-oh. Chip didn't help super well, but see, it's just tag teaming between the hero and the sidekick. It's just all Diggs. Not Diggs, not Dicks. That's what I get for drinking like a quarter bottle of Lagavulin during one game. I will say, in the last minute or so, Diggs hit like every single over, so that's good. I feel like we might be getting some OT here, folks. Overs might hit an overtime. That's what I'm hoping for. That might be our only hope, is to hit OT. I live in OT. I don't care if I'm cleaning up with garbage time slips or OT slips. I live for those. Another Diggs. See what a best friend is for? Best friends are for when you really need to beat the New York Jets. That's what they're here for. Where was this play calling all night? I mean, the play call is literally throw it to Stephon Diggs. That's the play call, man. All right. Jets are playing about as soft as humanly possible to not give up a touchdown. And there we go. All right, so 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10. What yard line are we on, chat? I didn't catch what yard line we're on. Are we in field goal range right now? $32. Okay, so it would be a 49-yarder, very makeable for Tyler Bass. Again, not an easy field goal, but makeable. So 3rd and 10, I want a quick hitter. I want a screen, something that can just give me... Actually, do we have a timeout? We don't have timeouts. Can't do a screen. Oh, what can you do with 10 seconds and no timeouts to get yards? I mean, you can basically only throw to the sideline, but what I worry about is... So if the Jets are playing sideline defense, I worry that if you don't get out of bounds and they grab you and they keep you in bounds, the game's just over. And we don't have timeouts, so if you're going to do anything, you just take one shot to the end zone, so it's either incomplete and you get a field goal opportunity, but I don't think you can get any more quick yards here. I think you have to go all the way to the end zone. Okay, so 6 seconds, getting a 49-yarder. Yeah, can't spike it, and if you don't go out of bounds, game was over. So, again, you can't really do like a speed out or a stick route or anything like there. You just kind of either go for it all or get nothing. All right, so it's a flat 50-yarder from left hash. Again, not an easy kick. It's up, and it is... Ooh, doink! But it doinked in. All right, we got OT. Probably we got OT, unless there's a crazy-ass kick return here. But he barely made it, okay? Barely made it. God, that was 3 inches away from bouncing out. He got so lucky. He got so lucky. All right. All we're rooting for at this point, chat, is for these overs to hit in OT. That's all we need. So we need Garrett Wilson to do some crazy shit, and we need Dalton Kincaid to get 1 yard, and then Garrett Wilson to catch 1 big ball, and we win $25 on the night. So that covers us for today, and it covers everything that we lost yesterday. Take it. It's good. Thoughts on Baker yesterday? Made some really gutsy plays down the stretch. Had some nice balls to Mike Evans. I didn't think he was like amazing, but the defense played super well. He played mostly mistake-free football, and you know, when the defense is forcing 3 turnovers and capitalizing on Kirk doing Kirk stuff, that's enough to win. So, very solid win for the Bucs against some other powerhouses in the NFC. I don't know if they quite have enough juice, but it was a gutty performance that showed some fight. And as long as that defense can play like that, they at least have a shot. I would probably put them into that category of like annoying to play, but not great, you know? What the fuck is this game? It's Monday Night Football. You're saying you don't appreciate Zach Wilson primetime games? Because this is what you get. Nathan Brunmeyer, thank you, Nathan. Appreciate you. Appreciate the support. Can you reassure me about my Seahawks after their loss? I don't know if I can. I think it depends on if the tackles are healthy. Have we heard anything about Abraham Lucas and Charles Cross? Are they going to be okay? Because if they're not going to be okay, I don't think Seattle can pass protect. And that's going to be a problem for them. Cross is looking bad, like a bad injury? That's not ideal. Nathan Brunmeyer for $2. Thank you, Nathan. Thoughts on Jordan Love? He made no mistakes. He sat back there under virtually no pressure. Bears had a 10% pass rush win rate and a 20% pressure rate overall. So Jordan Love was not really hurried ever, but he drove the bus. He made the throws he needed to make. He made good decisions, didn't screw it up. Had a very solid day. I want to see him. I want to see how he reacts when he plays against a defense that has any sort of pass rush whatsoever. But in terms of doing what he was asked to do, he played great. Matthew for $5. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Matthew. Having Tyreek in fantasy is making up for thinking Josh Allen was a surefire hit for me tonight. See, Tyreek got like 45 points, something like that. So, just take 20 of those and give it to Josh and consider it a solid night for both. That's how I would look at it. Owen for $2. Thank you, Owen. Thoughts on Ritter? Lots of hate for 15 of 18. I would love to see him push the ball down the field more. Again, a very similar thing to Jordan Love. Like, he wasn't asked to do a whole lot, and nor did he have to. Like, the run game was great. Algier was awesome. Bijan was Bijan. His touchdown pass to Bijan, he literally just tossed it out there and said, go make somebody miss, and he did. So he didn't have to do a whole lot, but also they won by 2 scores. So, can you really complain that much? Again, I want to see what happens when he goes up against a little bit more formidable of opponent that makes him have to play quarterback. But for a week 1 outing, you can't really complain with it. Again, I'm not going to fault a guy because his team plays well, Because sometimes your team can play well, but you can turn the ball over 4 times and put them in position to lose a game that they shouldn't, i.e. Josh Allen. So as far as I'm concerned, Ritter played better than Allen this week, and so did Love. Not much to complain about. How did your fantasy teams do? I actually have not checked any of my scores. I did an 11-hour stream yesterday, and I've been working all day today, so I haven't even looked at any of my leagues at all. I probably should. I'll do it after this game. Oh, false start. This Diggs fella is good. Josh should try throwing to him more. I'm no coach, but that game plan should work. Yeah, it's amazing what happened when Josh realized, oh wait, I have a top 5 receiver that can beat anybody in the league. Let me just lean on him for a drive. All right. Was that Knox? Yeah, it was Knox. I was like, if I just missed my Kincaid yard there, I'd be pissed. Dalton would have caught that, though. Woof. All right, so that sets up 3rd and 12, which, if we're looking at coverage data on 3rd and 12, again, about 54% quarters for the Jets, but it depends on the look. They also play a bunch of quarter half. So if we get 2x2 here, it's probably quarters. Oh, they're going empty. And then they rotated into cover 3 against it. Incomplete. Well, we have ourselves an opportunity for a game-winning Zach Wilson drive on Monday Night Football. Well, how the turntables. Oh, unless we get a big return. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Bro. Are you fucking kidding me? Do you believe in miracles? Oh my God. This is the greatest sport in the world. This is the greatest fucking sport in the world. Oh my God. What a game, man. I mean, like, not a great game, but also what a game. You know what I mean? Where it's like, was the best football ever played here? No. But was it still exceptionally entertaining in like a morbid kind of way? Absolutely. What a football game. Also, who threw that block? Who threw that cut block where he got in front on the angle and then dove from the front? Who threw that? That's an amazing block. 55. Who are you? Who are you? Reveal yourself to me. Let me pull up the depth chart. Who are you? Chaz Surratt. What's up, Chaz Surratt? Play of the game was that block. Man, what a game. What a game. Good for the Jets for battling through that. You know, first drive of the game, you lose your quarterback. Defense never wavers. They step up. They force 4 turnovers. Zach Wilson finally puts together a good drive. Get a special teams touch. Like, full team effort, man. Full team effort to rally around Zach Wilson. And just an absolutely incredible special teams play. God, I love football. What an effort from the Jets. Great game, man. Great game. Hopefully, we get an ending like that on Thursday. Again, over on the Bootleg Football Podcast is where that stream is going to be, over on the Bootleg channel. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that we just released another episode today, full hour-long episode breaking down everything that we saw yesterday, looking at all the top games, throwing out stats and everything that we could cobble together, when we were going through film last night, trying to rationally explain everything that was crazy that happened yesterday. So I encourage you to go watch that to get ready for Thursday. Again, we got Vikings-Eagles on that Thursday stream, presented once again by Underdog. We'll be going live half hour before kickoff, going all the way through to the end of the game. And then on Friday, we have our Week 2 preview show going up. So with that, I'm going to go study the Vikings defense because schematically, they bring a lot to the table that the Patriots did that frustrated Philly to begin with. So I'm going to go chart them and see how Belichickian Brian Flores still is to get ready for that stream. And I will see you guys in a few days. Thank you for being here. Thank you to everybody for spending your time with me. I love you all, and I appreciate you very much.